Hey everybody, Martin here. Thanks for clicking on this video. This is a focus on detailed game setup for Super Robo Jetkaiser Z, which is my original game design. It's an entry to the 2025 Solitaire Print and Play Game Design Contest, which is going on right now on Boardgamegeek as I'm recording this video in late July of 2025. The video is about 15 minutes long. It's pretty detailed. If you don't want to slog through all of that detail, you can fast forward to about the 14.5-minute mark, 14:30 mark, and you can get a very compressed, like a 1-minute summary of the setup process. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you at the table for setup of Super Robo Jetkaiser Z. All right, so here we are at the table, and we're going to do game setup for Super Robo Jetkaiser Z. The first step is to take the player board and put it here in front of us. I'll put it there for now. And the next step is to grab the starter cards, and these are the starter body part cards, and we're going to place them in these body part slots on Jetkaiser Z. Head, chest, right arm, left arm, legs, and reactor. Now you can tell they're starter cards because they have an S in the upper left of each card. So this is the first starter card, the tactical uplink, and this is for the head. So I'm going to place it here in the head slot, right over there. Then this is the chest starter card. It's called Jetkaiser Burst Vent. So I'll place it in the chest slot over here. I'll do the same for Rocket Punch in the right arm, and then a similar rocket punch in the left arm. So Jetkaiser has twin rocket punches to start with. And then the Jetkaiser knee drive is the starter kind of leg part that allows you to dodge 1 damage. So that's kind of like its starting knee action it evades. And then this is the reactor, kind of like the heart of Jetkaiser. And this reactor generates energy each turn, which is what Jetkaiser needs to be able to do things and to be able to charge up his body parts and buy new cards to be able to defeat the enemy. So the starter reactor is going to generate 3 energy each turn. And we're going to put that in the reactor slot here. Okay, so we have set up the Jetkaiser player board. We've got the starter body part cards. Each part needs a minimum of 1 energy to operate here in this first charge slot. So we're going to grab these energy cubes. That's these guys right here. They are orange in my case. You can make them anything you want, yellow or orange. I recommend a lighter color. And we'll place these here for now. And then we'll take an energy cube and then we'll place them in the leftmost slot. Charge in the leftmost space of the charge slot of each of these body part cards. Okay, so this is the setup for the Jetkaiser Z player board. All right, the next bit of game setup is we want to take this body part upgrades board and we want to place it somewhere in this area over here, once again to the left of the player board. The purpose of the upgrades board is it's going to hold upgrades that you can purchase to replace these starter body parts here on Jetkaiser. And so we've got this deck of upgrade cards, and they are separated by body type. Head, chest, reactor, right arm, left arm, and legs. And so they have a cost here in the upper right, and as you can see, they're going to be in ascending order. So for example, for your head upgrades, 3 energy to spend for the first level, 4 for the second level, 6 for the third level. That repeats for all the other body parts. So I'm going to go ahead and put these upgrades in all of their corresponding slots here. All right, and that is the setup for the body part upgrade board. Okay, we're going to continue game setup with the enemy beast fighter board. So this is the currently the only enemy beast fighter available in the game at press time, at the time that I am recording this video. I plan to have more. I just don't have any more right now. So this is Zuguron the Flame Maw. As you can see here, he's kind of like a fire-breathing kaiju monster. It's got a beast fighter health track here. For an easy game, set your beast fighter's health to 60. For a normal game, normal difficulty game, 80. For a hard difficulty game, 100. There's also set up in the rules for an insane difficulty, which I won't go into right now. It also has a loadout and it's got these action card slots here, a 3x3 action card slots. So I'll show you what that looks like now. Basically, we have to use this loadout to populate the action card slots with action cards. So I'm going to place this over here for now. And we need 3 basic attack. 3 basic attack. So there is a larger kind of action card deck. And what I've done is I've already kind of separated, organized these things to make setup a little bit faster. So there are 22 action cards divided into these kind of 5 categories here. Basic attack, signature attack, minion, surge, debuff, and special effect. So these are the basic attack cards for this particular game. We've got Claw Swipe, which does 1 damage, Double Slash, which does 2 damage, and then Scorch Swipe, which will do 1 damage, and then destroy 1 energy from the player board. So we're going to go ahead and place these in random order on this player board. The order doesn't matter, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. Or rather, it will matter, but it's randomized every time you play a game. All right, so I'll place those basic attacks over there. And then the loadout says 2 signature attack cards. So these are the signature attack cards that were shuffled out and selected randomly for this game. We've got a Magma Splash, which will do 3 damage. Ouch! And a Flame Cyclone, which will do 2 damage, and then cause Jetkaiser to discard 1 equipped robot part, which we don't like at all. So we'll place 1 over here, and then we'll place 1 over here. We need 2 Minion Surge cards, and so let's grab these Minion Surge cards over here. So one is called Minion Stampede, and that will spawn 2 minions, and then the minion attack will spawn 1 minion, and then cause them to act. So we'll place the minion activation cards wherever we want to place them, here and here. Okay, and then finally 1 debuff and 1 special effect. So the debuff card that we have is called Heat Exhaustion. Place 1 burn token on the reactor. Jetkaiser will generate -1 energy in the next generate phase, which is not good because we need energy to be able to do stuff and power a Jetkaiser. So we'll place Heat Exhaustion over here. And then this is the special effect for this game. It's called Lava Flow. Add 1 burn token to the reactor to disable it. You have to repair it. You have to trash 1 random card from your hand. So trash means to remove from the game. So that could work. That's a double-edged sword. All right, so we've set up our 3x3 action cards on our Beast Fighter. I'm going to move Zugaron closer to the top of the screen here, and you'll see why in a moment. All right, the next bit of setup we need to do is to set up our tactics deck. The tactics deck is set up in 3 tiers. So you've got tactics 3 at the bottom, tactics 2 in the middle, and then tactics 1 at the top. So we need all 6 of the tactics 3 cards, and we'll place them at the bottom of this deck over here. And then we need 3 randomly selected Tactics 2 cards. So we'll place these Tactics 2, 3 of them on top of the Tier 3 cards. And then we'll take 3 randomly selected Tactics 1 card. 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay, and we'll put those on top here. And so the Tactics cards, the reason why they are arranged the way they are in kind of ascending order of difficulty is that, let me show you one of these tactics cards here. So here's Tactics 1. And I flip it over. And so the tactics card has a miniature version of the 3x3 grid that's on the Beast Fighter's board. And then the red shaded spaces will tell you which of the action cards of the Beast Fighter will activate for this turn. So at the start of each turn, you flip over the top tactics card, and then it will give you knowledge, advanced knowledge of what is the Beast Fighter planning to do later on in the turn. And that advanced knowledge will kind of help you maybe do something about it or counter it or whatever. So in this case, Drift Tactics Level 1 will activate the upper left and the lower right action cards, which would be Magma Splash and Flame Cyclone. 2 signature attacks would activate, which I don't like. That would be bad. But anyway, that's how the tactics decks work. But we've got the tactics deck all set up. and we've got the enemy Beast Fighter board set up with its 9 action cards. The last piece we need is to set the life of the enemy Beast Fighter up here on the Beast Fighter health track. Let me move that down so you can see Beast Fighter health tracker. So I happen to have 2 different colored cubes. In this case, I'm going to be using yellow cubes, and I'm going to be playing a, let's play an easy game, shall we? So I'll place, easy game is 60 life points or health points. So I'm going to place 1 cube on the 10 space 60, and then another cube on 0. And that is how we set up the enemy Beast Fighter, the action cards, and the tactics deck. Last piece of setup for the enemy Beast Fighter is its minions. So we have this 22 card minion deck, which is randomly shuffled. So we're going to go ahead and randomly shuffle these minions. And these minions are going to come out when their action cards are activated during gameplay, and then they're going to cause us a whole lot of trouble, a whole lot of hurt. All right, so we're going to shuffle up these minion cards real well, and then we'll place them here on this side, and then they're going to start coming out a little later on. Okay, so that is the setup for the whole Beast Fighter part of the game, and next we're going to set up the Hangar Market. All right, we're getting to the kind of winding down bits of the game setup here. And the next bit is we're going to set up the Hangar Market. So that is these 83 cards that will be available for you to purchase during gameplay. So each of these cards has a purchase cost in the upper left. They have a primary effect and then a secondary effect. And if you can see, if I can bring it closer, you're going to see that the primary effect and the secondary effect are an or. So you can only use the card either for its primary or its secondary effect, not both. Although, as you might imagine, there's upgrade cards that you can purchase that would allow you to do both. But that's essentially kind of like a brief overview of what a market card is going to look like. So we'll place the market deck over here, and then we're going to set out an initial game market here in between the 2 boards. So let's go ahead, and they're going to be 6 cards. So let's go ahead and reveal them now. Inner Eye, Double Strike, Instant Repair, Enhanced Repair, 2 Enhanced Repairs, and a Reclaim Energy. Okay, so opening market, let me move this board a little bit higher so that there's space for, and let me move the player board a little bit lower. I'm trying very hard to get all of the elements kind of in the shot here. So things are going to get pretty cramped here in my play area, and we'll just have to deal with that. Okay, so that's the card market, the Hangar Market, as we're calling them. Here's the draw deck, and here is the initial kind of market offering of 6 cards. Now, the last piece of setup is to set up the token supply. We've already got the first bit of token supply here, these energy cubes. So there are 30 of them. There are 30 energy cubes. And then there are 50 red damage cubes. So I'll place these here. And then we've also got burn tokens that are going to be activated by certain action cards. And so the burn tokens look like this. And I'll actually move these energy cubes down and these damage cubes down so that I can place the burn tokens here. And then finally, we need minion life markers. And they look like this, basically just a circle with a heart indicating that this is, once we spawn minions, we're going to place these on their cards to indicate their life. And we'll place that over here. Okay, so that's the token supply. So summing up, what we did in game setup is we set up the Jetkaiser player board with the starting Jetkaiser body parts. We also took the 12 starting Jetkaiser starter cards. We placed them here to the left of the player board. We set up the body part upgrade board with the body part upgrades separated by their different body parts. we set up the enemy beast fighter board with the 9 action cards, with the tactics deck, and with the 12 card tactics deck and the 18 card minion deck. And we've got our enemy beast fighter health set up over here. And finally, we've got our token supply. And so now we are ready to play Super Robo Jetkaiser Z. All right, so there you have it. That was detailed game setup for Super Robo Jetkaiser Z. Once again, my original game design entry to the 2025 Print and Play Solitaire Game Design Contest, ongoing now on Boardgamegeek. This is not the only piece of media or video that I am creating preparing for this game. Aside from this setup video, I'm also preparing an overview video and a kind of summarized playthrough video or edited highlights, as well as a full playthrough video. So at least 4 more videos will be coming your way based on the work that I did today. But for now, thanks so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe, of course, if you want to see more content from my channel, from me, on print and play topics and original game designs and those types of things. Until next time, this has been Martin. Thanks for watching.